What is up, witches? It's Witch Angel Nakora, and welcome back to the Hiveswap Friendsim. I have just gotten back from OMG Con, and I just bought the new chapters of the Friendsim, and my friend Gabriel told me about them when I was at the con. I was in my hotel room, and he told me that the new chapters had dropped, and when I got home, I went ahead, grabbed my card, and bought them. And there's actually going to be another chapter released soon. But for now, let's go ahead and start. Alright, we've already completed the first 3 chapters. By the way, y'all know my favorite is right here. Skyla, I love her. The new chapter is of Right and Wronged. And later on we'll be doing Volume 5 of Affection, Unwanted, or Untrue. And I originally thought it was going to be Chixie in this one because she is a total attention grabber. I mean, she just wants to be loved. But let's go ahead and jump into chapter 4. Fresh from your most recent bout of gratuitous bodily injury and touching seeds of camaraderie, you soldier on. You've had a few setbacks, made a couple silly choices. Boy, do things just keep happening. But let nobody say that you, the main character, are incapable of growth and change. You have made sure not to cut in the wilderness near dawn again. You have made your way back to civilization. You can't wait to discover what new adventures await you. Adventures like friendship. Now we can go with Vikare Ratite, which, by the way, Vikare, it turns out that his name actually derives from Icarus, in a way. It's kind of neat. I love his icon, though. And we have Tagore Gorjak, who's a total womanizer from what I hear. He's a total jerk. But I've been waiting to play as Vikare for a while because he is so cool. Let's go ahead and click on into his. It's probably best for you to stop trying to predict what's going to happen to you at this point. Everything that's happened so far on this planet has been kind of chaotic. By the way, if you don't hear any music in the background, that's a bit of a glitch. So sorry. So I might add my own here. In fact, you're ready for something more familiar. You head back to the site of your abandoned spaceship. Sure, it's smashed beyond repair, but it's a little slice of home. Maybe at least 1 or 2 pieces of it are fixable. You march off in what you think is the right direction. But when you get there, you're not alone. A little guy in a hat and big goggles is standing there, gazing at your spaceship. Maybe assessing it? As you watch, he breaks off a couple gears and stuffs them in his pocket. Hey! You clear your throat loudly. Good galloping gravy! Well, I never seen the like of you before. What strange wonders the heavens have rained down upon us today. You quickly lose any indignation you are building up. He's smiling at you, and his words seem at least somewhat amicable. I love his look. Look at his horns. They're kind of shaped like the wings of an airplane. That is so cool. Maybe you got this all wrong. Maybe this is the next person you're going to get chummy with. You cut right to the chase. No point in beating around the ground leaf covering. That's probably what they call it on this planet. Let this guy know that you're the proprietor of the spaceship he's stripping, and you're in mighty need of a new friend. A friend, eh? Oh, poop, yeah, I needed to go back on that one. Let's go back to the log here. A friend, eh? A bosom companion? A pal around town? Oh, I like that. I've seen nary a Tom and Dickus or Harley around these parts who might fit the bill. Okay, that's kind of neat. Okay, now we need to, like... Oh, poop! I didn't mean to skip! Let's go back to a little bit. Alright, let's go up here and read the history. Yeah, here we go, right here. You're kind of trying to imply to this guy that could be your friend. Is it too late to do that now? You try to imply it with your eyebrows. As to me, it's day-to-day matters to hear an alternative interests me not. For I care only about hurling at great speeds throughout the boundless expanse. Wow. The cosmos! That's right, space! It's space plot that consumes my very every wicked thought and all my order. As in accordance with my duty as a future Alternian Crusader, of course. No oxygen, no wind, a total vacuum. That is the life of me, alright. Flying in space, above the atmosphere, not with the realm of gravity's purview. Wouldn't have it any other way. Wow, I'm talking like a 1920s doofus. Right, you get the feeling that you're missing something. This guy seems really defensive about his interest in spaceflight. Like, maybe he's trying to say something totally different? Whatever it is, his internal conflict clearly takes precedence over your issues. Seems like a great candidate for a friend, despite that his voice sounds like it belongs over a newsreel about World War II. I just have one query for you, sport, if it may be so bold. Do you also like spaceflight? Do you yearn to see the moon shine above, the clouds whipping by as you chase and tease the impish western wind, and also keep going past up that in space? Wow, I've never done a 1920s accent. Let's go with the first option. Well then, we are in total agreement. That's funny, I just do that, and that's it. Alright. Two kindred souls travel hand in hand into a glorious yet inevitable future of conscripted service in space. Which, as I've already made clear, is a thing I most definitely and positively desire. So it seems we have none more to discuss. Toodaloo! Oh, I am so sorry. Seriously, he's so cute though. We're gonna go back and redo. Alright, this time we're gonna do, tell him we're not so sure about spaceflight. His eyes widen. You see them sparkle? Ah, see. You're an individual with a more sophisticated palate. A real connoisseur of the buoyant arts, you are. Someone like you can never be satisfied with the anemic affair traveling through the inky blackness of the galaxies. I believe a job to my hive is in order. Let's get a wiggle on. There's a lot going on there, but you understand that he wants you to follow him. The front of the guy takes you to a building where all the rooms seem to be balanced on spindly looking stilts. The hive soars above you up into the sky. Well, it's kind of like a weird looking mobile home, but just without the wheels. He gestures to a little platform attached to a pulley system, like a rudimentary elevator. It pulls up to a small dark room. Oh, I love his hive! It's so space-like! Markiplier would love this room. His house is pretty much what you would have guessed. The walls are covered in star maps and pictures of spaceships. You notice that many of them have cheery slogans flashed across them saying things like, explore the galaxies because you're required to fulfill your duty to society. And enlist, travel, make friends, don't get cold. Wow. Your new friend doesn't seem too happy as he looks around the place. Just the hive for dedicated spacecraft enthusiasts, isn't it? You nod. You're not sure what this is leading to, but no one ever went wrong relying on non-specific and plausibly deniable agreement. Who am I fooling? You've rolled with me, potential new chum. What did you see before you was a collage of falsehood? What? I'm nothing but an avatar of baloney. In truth, the myriad temptations inside of space do none tickle my biscuit. I thought I'd participate in the glorious eternal conquest give me the screaming mimes. Whew, in other words, that scares him half to death. I am so sorry if you hear a car alarm in the background. My interest lies in something a little lower down. Are you... Sir, is this a family-friendly channel? I do not know what you are implying. He reaches up and peels back one of the posters. Behind it is another poster, this one showing a view of clouds in the night sky. Behold, my shame! The truth is, I long tossed and turned within the grasp of Mistress Gravity's sweet fingers. To traverse the sky, can such a thing be? Imagine, flying within the confines of Alternative's very atmosphere. Dividing the very conventions of what we all know to be true. Instead of down, up. Instead of falling, soaring. Can you imagine? You see it before you? Oh, like skydiving? Could you ever dream of the existence of such a flying machine? Oh, he means flying. Like, an airplane. Not go into a rocket. He means going into an airplane. I want to lie. Because even though we're human, we know that airplanes exist. Ah, but the future's ours to build, my strange hidden hun horde comrade. What do you think? Does it excite you? Do my ideas rile your buttons? You can't help but notice that he's referred to you as a chum and a comrade, but friend hasn't made an appearance yet. Do synonyms count? Or is it just a tick of his speaking style? You look as earnest as you can and nod vigorously. You're almost positive that this is a thing that he really wants you to express interest in. Ha! The truth will out. You and I share this furtive passion for the indulgences of the air. A dialogue between a troll, a flying machine, and the stars. The further away from the stars, if we would be in a spaceship, I cannot stress enough how different of a thing this is. You can't decide between nodding and shaking your head here. So you furrow your brow and do your best to look thoughtful, like maybe you are contemplating the differences. This fellow's demeanor towards you is definitely shading to the more temperate climate zones. However, certain physical needs are starting to assert themselves. You're still pretty banged up from your previous adventures, but right now, the aching of your stomach is screaming for attention. You humbly ask your friend if there might be any chance of getting a bite to eat. But of course! Why, if I had known you had a rumble in the old digestion bladder, I would have shoved my yappertude sweet. Time for good old nosh, a yummy rooney, whoa! Now, how should we obtain the victuals? We could venture into the great unknown, which is to say out of the hive. We could stay here, beholden to whatever twists and turns Lady Fate has in store for us in the nutrition block. What say you, newcomer? I'd say stay in the hive, because who knows what the hell's out there? You tell him any food that he has in the house will be fine. Surely staying here will get you fed more quickly. No problem at all, my fine and fervent fellow. However, I believe two kindred souls such as ourselves have more ways of communicating than mere words alone. Sam grasped the meaning behind your request. The signal from your transmitter is pinging my cranial orbit receiver. I can see what you're truly after is food for the soul. You definitely meant food for the body. You look for an opening where you might gently correct your new buddy, but he seems to be working himself up to say a lot more things. The delectable nutrition of what trolls truest being craves. The sustenance of thought, of imagination, of desire. That which nourishes the self better than the finest grub noodles. Art, passion, science. You must have a hankering to see my flying machine sketch design. And despite your troubles, you can't help but think his enthusiasm is kind of sweet. You nod weakly. We're actually more hungry for food than we are to look at your doodles. I'm sorry. You make one last attempt, indicating that food might strengthen you fully to appreciate his work. No need to worry. I am fully confident in your ability to take in my glorious blueprints. You have shown yourself to quite a sturdy noggin and discerning gander bulb. I would welcome your input. Warmth balloons in your stomach. It feels nice to hear him compliment you. You're not sure what you've actually done to earn his praise, but you definitely don't want to ruin this now. Maybe seeing his designs will be fun, even on an empty stomach. Maybe it'll help nourish you on a level that will help you forget about the prosaic earthly nourishment you thought you wanted. Tell him you're in. Not so fast. That which I'm planning to reveal you is what I keep closest to my torso pillar. It's not that I don't trust you, my footloose horn-free cohort, but I think I'd like to trust you a little more before vivisecting myself. Does that mean expose himself? This is weird. And penetrate my bleeding organs before your penetrating gaze. All you mean is cutting stuff open. Oh no. Which is a metaphor for exposing my portfolio. Might I trouble you to participate in a small trust trial? No problem, you tell him. Your bud insists you make yourself comfortable while you get the supply. After a few minutes, he returns with a fistful of fabric in different colors. Here's what's been bouncing around the old brain box of mine, buddy-o. I'm going to pretend it's blindfolded around your face. Then I'm going to give you some instructions. And you're gonna try to locate the case where I keep my trusted sketches. You can find it. It's got me. We trust each other deeply. Like two wings working in unison to achieve liftoff. That's how wings work. I'm still trying to figure out the principles of the matter. What a romp. Are you up for it? It's too late to turn back now, and really, you don't want to. It's kind of a relief to have him tell you what you can do to earn his friendship in plain terms. Well, as plain as this guy's terms ever gonna get. Give him a thumbs up. Now we're on the trolley. Oh, God. On the trolley? What? He quickly ties the fabric around your face. Time is upon us. Time for the inaugural flight of our deepening bond. And nudge our fledgling companionship out of the nest and see what happens. Your new friend starts to direct you around the room. To the left? No, my left. Okay, I meant your left. Now onward to the glorious future that lies before us. You smile weakly, doing your best to follow his instructions. He sounds happy, so you must be getting somewhere. Almost to the doorway. 3 steps forward if you'd like to be so. Wait. Crash. You stagger backwards from the impact. You hear yourself wheeze. The shock has totally knocked your lungs out of commission. Your chest jerks in tiny contractions as you gasp for air. Oh, beans. Dang, darn it. There's no pain, just an intense pressure focused around the center of your face. Right around where you ran into something face first. Ouch. You pull up the blindfold and hear footsteps, which means your new friend is rushing over to help. He gets the blindfold untied and his face swims into your vision. He looks utterly gobsmacked. Well, I'll be a horned beef scrub food. Anything copacetic, new pal? You put your hand to your face and touch something wet. Sure enough, when you pull your fingers away, they're covered in blood. Your nose isn't gushing or anything, just sending out a couple rivulets to let you know that it's having a bad day. It's not so bad. You tell your acquaintance this, but he doesn't look any less horrified. Shivering stratocumuli! Well, it's time to testing you. To see if I can put the tender gift of trust in your declawed little hands. And here you've bestowed upon me the greatest trust of all. Knowledge of your non-standard hemological attributes. I am truly honored, flabbergasted. Absolutely pushed to the brink of irrationality by such a display of faith. Never mind the trust trial, you deserve to see my sketches. Just wait right here. Be back in 2 shakes of baby Bobby's hindquarters. Does that mean 2 shakes of the lamb's tail? Sit down on the floor again, wiping the blood off your face. You're not going to question the stroke of luck you've been shown. If you'd be bleeding with Vikito's infections all along, you would have encouraged some blood from the sites of your multiple injuries. But no matter, you snip the last of the blood back up into your nostrils, tasting metal at the back of your throat. Ew. When your almost friend returns, he drops a big stack of papers in your lap. You page through the designs. The first few are rudimentary, mostly variations of spaceships with little notes like how to make it not reach escape velocity and less jet fuel. Shape to be less aerodynamic? But as you keep going, the designs get pretty interesting. One seems to rely on some big rotating sails to achieve lift. Another shows a light frame body attached to 4 jointed wings. These are all references to the Wright brothers' first flying machine way back then. It is so cool. You briefly wonder what he plans to make the wings out of before you see the note stating that these are dragon wings. A follow-up scribble states, flapping mechanism? How to soften rigor mortis? Are you thinking about cutting the wings off a dead Lucis? Ew. But hang on, you take a closer look at the machine's frame. This guy's sketch is pretty detailed. The frame doesn't seem to be made of wood or aluminum as you expected, but smaller individual shapes lashed together with some kind of cord. But maybe it's a macabre aesthetic, but you think it looks like bones? You look back at the other designs. Now that you look at it, the scales in this one have a texture that might be leather, or similar. The sketches themselves are picked out in a variety of colors. Not dissimilar from some of the brand new blood colors you discovered lately. Oh boy. You've been down this creepy alien road before. Using your lightest, most jocular tone, you question the bone shape. You soften your words with a big, not freaked out smile. What that? Well, I'm not a construction professional, you know. Gotta make it use what's available. Only cold, low-bloods and grubs, of course. Not an ounce of insurrectional spirit in this fellow over here. Fear not, unhorned one. These wacky cultural references. It is misunderstood. Take refuge in your own standby of nodding and smiling. Okay, so you're gonna take what's already been called and just reuse it. Oh, this guy's an upcycler. It's none of your business what body parts this fellow uses or doesn't use to make his Wright brothers transformative fan works. Friends aren't for judging people's use of corpses as construction materials anyway. You know, when you crash landed on my planet, I had no idea what to think. Vikare, old boy, you really shot the balls now. That's what I told myself. Telling an alien about your flying dreams, that's ruffled the kitty and no doubt about it. Now that we're here and you're having a looky-loo at my sketches, they might have been right for us to meet all along. Perhaps they're working for the capricious Madame Destiny? Surely he's about to say that you are friends. You could almost taste those sweet friendship-affirming syllables coming from his mouth. You were just syllables away from that coveted F word. Or are you? Maybe you've misconstrued everything. You look back down at the sketches. Bones in this one, bones in that one. He said that these plans call for the bones of aliens like him. Or, at least if you understood him correctly. Well, they still don't really look that different from, well, the bones you're more familiar with. Your own bones. Your bones, which have already gone through a lot today, and maybe seeming to be in a kind of harvestable condition, if one was so inclined. You clear your throat. You say, he's not in the market for these materials right now. Is he, like, right now? The friendly guy doesn't understand your question, but you're not going to push it. But you do risk a quick glance at yourself and then back at him, and then back at yourself. Just to see if he's checking out the stuff, so to speak. When you look back at him, he looks aghast. Oops. Heavens to biscuits. Is that what you think of me? You think I'm the type to start taking off people's body parts all higgledy-piggledy? As if there aren't any thoughtlessly discarded rib cages to work with? If that's the type of jet you're looking for in these parts, then I'm afraid I'm not the type of aggressive heartthrob you're after. We can't all be the macho bloodthirsty romantic hero type, ready to whip out organ harvesting tools at a moment's notice. Thought we could be friends, but now I see you're looking at it for something different. My apologies. Think it's best if you go elsewhere. You want to correct a misunderstanding, but you're not fully sure what the misunderstanding is. This guy doesn't seem to be in any mood for friendship right now. You hang your head. It looks like this was all just a big waste of time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Misunderstood. Well, I have one more route I could go through. Someone to head back the way I came, and we'll get one final ending. Let's do this. Alright, let's go out and look for food this time. From your budding chum's words, it sounds like he himself isn't sure if there's any food in the house. Better Mr. Biscuit can go outside. You tell me your decision. Top choice, buckaroo! Fortune's how I way most of my time, after all. But just one small matter to trouble the old brain power. We're venturing out into the unknown yonder. We should obtain some chow from Lucius as well. He'd be a real grubby Gustav if he goes too long without a nosh. You draw yourself up proudly. It's taken a lot of bizarre run-ins and harrowing close shaves, but you know all about Lucius. You inquired about Gustav, was it? Ho ho! What a card you are! No, Malusis! I call him the Canary. He whipped out a photo. It shows a smaller version of himself. His horn's nothing but stubs. A far too big pair of aviator goggles slipping off his nose. Behind it is a large white fowl, big scraggly wings folded back against its body. You want to say it's an emu? Whatever, it's definitely not a canary. Its beak touches the top of your pal's head with something that might count as affection. He's not a persnickety sort. All kinds of bugs and leaves will tickle his fancy. Shall we away? Shall we greet the horizon that rushes towards to meet us with astounding grace? Shall we give ourselves over to the current of time's great river? Sure, you tell him that you could leave the house. It's getting a lot easier to pay attention to only the words of this guy that actually makes sense. You kind of enjoy his way of speaking, though. If nothing else, it gives you the feeling that he's really excited about this food quest you're going on together. Your alien pal leads you back down through the pulley system and outside again. The trip is not so easy on your bruised rib. The thing about walking is, when you walk, your body moves. You've had better times is all you're saying. You indicate as much to your companion. Oh boy, I hear you. Moving while attached to alternating surface is the worst kind of hooey. The moment when autonomous flight is invented trembled even closer to the present. You hear it approach? The wail of a distant klaxon, a call to adventure. Fixes forward through the years, a golden thread stretching ever onward to that glorious inevitability. That's not what you meant. But his excitement cheers you up a little. Maybe you will feel better in the future when someone invents flight on this planet. Certainly, by that time, either you'll be further along in your healing or dead. Either way, thinking about the future brings a little rosy glow to your heart. You ask your buddy where you're going next. The worlds are by valvular sea critter. We'll go wherever the wind calls our names. Great. If it's a short-term answer you're inquiring after, there's a specific plant the canary likes to eat. It's got white petals and leaves as red as the troll's most lurid desires. Could you give a holler if your bulbs fall on something of that persuasion? So is it like a peach? You agree to keep an eye out. You continue trudging alongside him, wincing whenever your steps jolt your injuries. Maybe a little conversation will distract you. You ask your new friend what got him so interested in flying in the first place. What could be better? Up there, free of worldly concern. The wind you're facing, the horizon at your back. Seeing the continent spread out below you, finally feeling that your personal aesthetic is appropriate for the given circumstances. Chew over this one for a minute or two. It seems like what really makes this guy tick is the travel and adventure thing. Or maybe that's just what you're getting from his general demeanor, and pretty much everything he said up to now. You're nervous to bring up anything that might make him dislike you, but in the interest of bonding, you forge ahead. Aren't there, like you say with apprehension, maybe some similarities between flying and space travel? Like, maybe being in a spaceship could satisfy some of these urges? What? There may be some superficial similarities to trick the common troll, but in essence, the blood pusher and soul of each, as different as night and day, as a mountain in a ditch, a star in a mud puddle. Don't get a fellow wrong, space travel is fine. Well, it's the only way to satisfy our bloodthirsty and nearly immortal overlords. And I look forward to such a time when I can be of service. In the eternal milestone grind of intergalactic conquest. But I was missing the punch, the pizzazz, the kaboom! The trunk beast honk of it all! Just as you feared, you stepped in it now. You're struggling for a response when out of the corner of your eye you spot a cluster of white flowers. Relieved, you point them out to your companion, who races over to get them. But when he holds them one up, you see that it has blue leaves, not red. Your shoulders droop. Seems like all you've been doing is disappointing your buddy, who has been so nice to you. Or at least that's what you think you've read between the lines of his confusing speaking style. Sorry, my mouth is like really dry right now. Fear not, my smooth-headed compatriot. These aren't the loosest rations we sought. But this planet is people chow. What I mean to say is we can eat it. Since we are people, it's food for people, not food made of people. To be clear. He cuts back a fistful of the flowers and hands you one of the blue leaves. You're not at all sure that this food is safe for your buddy, will be safe for you as well, but at least at this point, you don't have much to lose. Besides, with the way your stomach is groaning, it might as well be a perfectly seared steak. You put it in your mouth. Chewing on the leaf, you feel even more affectionate towards this guy than before. You were worried this trip was turning into some sort of an excuse for him to run some kind of household errand, but he really did find his own need. You're desperate to find some way to show him that you understand his interests. You want to connect to him on a deep soul level. Anything to get him to look at you with that treasured glow of friendship in his eyes. Whenever he mentioned space travel, he talks about how it's something he has to do, like some kind of necessary obligation. So maybe there's a reason he's fixated on such an activity that's kind of similar but just a little different. Maybe he doesn't want to do the required thing in space conquest, but doesn't have it in him to rebel entirely all the way. Maybe airplane flight or whatever similar thing he's envisioning is a compromise between what he has to do and what he wants to do. A balance, like almost fine, in order to live like an individual in society that shapes one's desires from birth. You cautiously open your mouth, heart pounding. You venture to ask your pal if maybe he would not satisfy the demands of the bloodthirsty overlords? Oh boy. If maybe a part of him wants to get into his flying machine, leave? For real? He seems taken aback. Maybe you should never have said it. What a huge mistake. You probably pushed his friendship out of your reach for good now. Panicking, he points to the side, yelling that you see a big field of white flowers in that direction. The potential friend leaps to action, seemingly also glad to be given a reason to not answer this question. He races forward in the direction he indicated. In a matter of seconds, there's a yelp and your new acquaintance vanishes. Instantly, you realize your error. You didn't look where you were pointing! While walking, you unwittingly came close to the edge of a large cliff, which your companion has now disappeared over. You raced aside, your stomach flooding with fear. This is absolutely the opposite of what you wanted. You look down in horror. Your friend now looks approximately how you felt when you first crash-landed on this dark planet. He's conscious. His face is frozen in shock, but one leg is twisted underneath him in a nasty way. You may not be familiar with his alien anatomy, but you're almost positive it shouldn't look like that. You call out to him in distress. I'm sure he's going to castigate you for your mistake. The strangeness of his language won't make it any less to lose this guy's trust forever. Whoa! Kalukale! His voice floats up from the ground below. Weak, but somewhat jovial? Is it possible he's not angry? Oh, joy is happening! Oh, delight for the body and spirit! Did you see? Did your being absorbed what occurred before your very visage? I flew! Soared through the air. Just for a moment, but it happened. An ecstasy like none I've ever known. You hesitate. Is it really possible that he could be taking this so well? That maybe a big trick-up was a step in the right direction after all? It's definitely a little worrying to hear him celebrate a dangerous fall, but none of that matters if he could secure his friendship at last. My strange associate! Come on down here! We will celebrate in grand fashion this eve! How'd you know? That a brief sojourn through unfettered air would bring me such joy! You're a fine fellow, and a truly superb friend. Your heart lifts with joy, he said it! Of course, now you have to find some way to climb down a cliff with your messed up ribs. Not to mention figure out how to transport someone with a broken leg back to the house. I'm not really sure if that's possible or when the adrenaline that's got you this far will give out and force you to succumb to your own pain. But with a night full of difficulties ahead of you, you couldn't ask for a better balm than knowing that you'll face him hand in hand with your friend. Assuming he didn't hurt his hands as well. No matter, he did it! Oh, that was so painful! But we did it. We got Vikare's friendship. Oh my god, this chapter was so good, even if we did frick up a few times. Um, I have to admit, Vikare is actually one of my favorite trolls, even though he's a copper blood like Skyla. I really enjoy his enthusiasm. He's like excited to be able to fly, and when he fell off the cliff, he like flew for a few minutes and then that's also another reference to the Wright brothers because their first attempt at flying they crashed. So yeah, that guy was like a history lesson wrapped up in a troll, and I'm so sorry if I like flubbed up any lines or anything, but my mouth was like really dry, and I just like haven't had anything to drink the whole time I've been recording. So I am so sorry if I screwed up any lines, but I'm gonna get on out of here, guys. In the next episode, we are going to take a look in Gorgor's little side because see the reason I called him Gorgor is because that's his nickname from the troll call. So yeah, that's why I said that. So I'm gonna get out of here. If you like this video, why don't you give that like button a little bibbity boppity boop, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to find out whenever I upload, because YouTube is being a butt when it comes to not letting you know if any of my videos are on your feed. So, I'll see you all soon. Mwah! Stay magical, my friends, and watch that first step. It's a doozy.